Hi, I want to talk to you about getting prepared. Now, some people swear on those freeze-dried meals like Mountain House. They're like 10 bucks a piece, and that's one serving, basically for one person. Um, those are like 10 bucks a shot. Now, here, I made a Walmart run. I actually was going to get cat food, and they have nothing but pate and not a lot of it. And then they have that cheap generic Walmart cat food, whatever brand it is. Midnight will not touch that to save his life. You open the can and it just smells. But I wanted to show you how little of a cost it takes to get started with preparing. Now, something will have to be added to this, which is butter or some type of oil in exchange for the butter for the side dishes here. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, they only had one cheddar broccoli rice. We already have a bunch of this stuff anyway, but I got some chicken. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $5 right there. I got 2 cans of baked beans, 2 cans of peas and carrots, 4 cans of whole potatoes, 4 cans of sliced carrots, 2 cans of chili, no beans. And the thing is, the cost on chili has skyrocketed. They had no chili with the beans at all. If they would have had it, then I probably would have got that instead, but they didn't have it. 2 cans of meat spaghetti sauce. Now, you would also have to get spaghetti noodles if you bought sauce. We do have spaghetti noodles. That's why I didn't buy any. We actually have a bunch of it. So for some of these things, like, you would have to get the spaghetti noodles, and butter would be an extra cost from what I'm going to show you here today. But it won't be that much extra. A thing of spaghetti noodles is what, $1.38, and then the butter, you can find some cheap butter for a couple bucks. So figure another $4 on the total I show you today, and that would give you all this food. Now add $4 to this for the spaghetti noodles. I mean, you can find some for 99 cents, so, you know, hey. Now we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 cans of corn. Now this corn does not have salt in it. They had absolutely nothing with salt in it, period. And I was lucky to get this stuff. There were not a lot left on the shelves when I got there. So, you know, if you want salt in your food, that's another expense, another dollar added onto it. Figure $1.50 to be on the safe side. And 12 cans of sweet peas. Now, the reason I did not get green beans is we have a pack of green beans up there that we've only got 2 cans out of. Right there. And there's Midnight, taking over a bed as usual. And you can see I got my little light up here, so you can hopefully see this. Now, for everything here, this is sweet peas, corn. That's 24 cans right there. We got the potatoes, the carrots. That's another 8 cans. 2 cans of peas and carrots, 2 cans of baked beans, cans of chili, 2 cans of spaghetti sauce, and 5 packs of the sides. Now, they do have noodles. My girlfriend doesn't care for the noodles a whole lot. She likes the rice, so I did get rice. For everything here, all of this food, $32.12. So, if you're going to add spaghetti noodles and butter, you're looking at around 35 bucks. If you get the cheap spaghetti noodles that are $1 and get a small thing of butter, I mean, you can probably get butter for less than $1.50 if you get the square butter, not the ones in the tub, but the sticks. And that's all you really need for something like this. Now these take water and butter. So right here, and if you got your spaghetti noodles and 2 cans of sauce, that's for a family of 4. That's probably a meal right there. A couple packs of these. Now normally we take the cheddar broccoli and rice and we mix it with the canned chicken. We already have some, so I did not purchase any. That's $8 for those. But if you mixed up 2 of these right there and added a can of corn, or a can of potatoes, or a mixture, that would be a meal for you and someone else. So $32.12 on this from Walmart today. And I just uploaded the video, I believe, on this. I will go through my emergency kits. I will rotate some food out. But this is a lot of food right here. Even if you add butter, which I'm going to add the butter, and the spaghetti noodles, I'm actually going to add $5 for butter and spaghetti noodles. So that would be $37.12 for everything here, plus butter and spaghetti noodles. Compare that to freeze-dried, like Mountain House meals that are in the pouches, which are like $10 a piece. So basically, for the price of 3 of those, you can get everything here, plus butter and spaghetti noodles. So I'm thinking $37 because I'm adding $37.12 if I added $5 for butter and spaghetti noodles. And that is really rounding up on the cost of those items there. Let's see if I can find a date on here. I'm sure there's a date somewhere. Oh, right down there at the bottom. 8/28/2021. And it was $32.12 for everything here. Everything you see. So add another $5 to this. Get some butter and some spaghetti noodles, or some type of noodles for the spaghetti sauce. And that is quite a bit of food that you can store. Now for each one of these, that was these were 50 cents a piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $6 each. So these were $12 for both of these. For all these cans over here, the corn and the sweet peas. I think the most expensive thing on here was probably the chili. Let's see. Chili was $1.88. Chili no beans, $1.88, $1.88. The baked beans were $1.58. So yes, the most expensive thing here was the chili. Now the whole potatoes were 94 cents, I believe. Hold on, let me see. The peas and carrots were 92 cents. Let me see if I can even find the potatoes on here. I know they're on here. Alright, right there. There's 64 cents for the whole potatoes, which is right there. You can see it right there. It says WHLPOT, 64 cents. Peas and carrots, 92 cents each. Baked beans, $1.58, of course. I think I said that. The chicken rice and the broccoli cheddar rice is $1. So yeah, absolutely. The most expensive thing here was the chili. So you can't tell me people that are telling you to go prep. Think about this. If 3 of these right here were those freeze-dried foods. Let's even give you four of these for freeze-dried foods. That'd be $40 right there, 40 bucks for 4 meals. So for 40 bucks, you could get all this plus spaghetti noodles and butter, and you'd still have $3 to spend, you know, on extra stuff. Don't tell me you can't start getting prepared. If you can find the cheap vegetable. Now remember, if you want salt, salt is an extra expense. So throw in $1.25 for salt, because I would absolutely add salt to these. If you want butter, you could actually have, say, one of these. Put that over there. One of those. 2 of you. One of those, 2 of these. 1 can of those. And put some butter with those potatoes. And there is a meal for 2 people for literally $3. Actually, it would be $2.64 just for here. And then whatever the amount of your butter would cost. So let's figure, if you bought butter for $2.50, say you found some sticks, even $3. It's $3. It would not take that much butter for both of these, and you would have a meal for 2 people for $4, $4.50 at the most. You could have baked beans and some type of vegetable like peas on the side or corn, or just make 2 of the baked beans. Now, when I go shopping for trying to prep and prepare, I try to get whatever's cheapest. And yes, some of the stuff we get is very expensive, like the macaroni and cheese with the cheese sauce. That stuff is not cheap. It's like $7 for 3 of them, I believe it's 3. And then like the Chef Boyardee stuff is not cheap. It's like $4 for 4 cans, something like that. So it's not exactly cheap. But if you're starting to prep, if you're wanting to get your best budget and your best meals out of it, 50 cents each can, 50 cents each can. Of course, spaghetti and spaghetti sauce is a real good filler. Couple cans of chili. And you're going, what can I do with the chili? Well, you could always just eat the chili by itself. You can mix it with bread. You could eat chili and then something on the side. Each one of you could have a can of chili, and that'd be a meal. You know, however you want to do this. You can have carrots with like chili or on the side, whatever you want to do. Potatoes, peas and carrots. Now with the baked beans, you could each have a can, or have a can and some rice. However you want to do this. Also, the chili right here. If you bought enough spaghetti noodles, you could actually put a pile of spaghetti noodles there and heat a can of chili and put it over the noodles. So that would be a meal. Now, I'm not telling you go buy rice. A lot of people do buy rice. We have rice. Now, if you have rice, you could actually put chili or even the pasta sauce, the spaghetti sauce, over the white rice. You could probably even put the baked beans over the rice if you were in a pinch. This is what I'm talking about when I'm saying you can prep. You can start prepping. And when I say if you are on a severe budget, grab 1 or 2 cans of something every time you go shopping and put it away. 1 can, 50 cents. 1 can, 50 cents. If you can squeeze out 50 cents every time you go shopping, you can get a can, something like this, Whether it's those, let's see how much the carrots were. The carrots, 48 cents for the carrots. So when I'm talking about trying to buy 1 or 2 cans, I'm talking about buying something cheap like this, putting it back, putting it away, so you have it when you need it. Each one of these is $1, but you would have to have butter and water. That's what these take, butter and water. I make these in the microwaves, and if you have butter for that, you can have whole potatoes or peas and carrots on the side, or even sliced carrots. You can have any of these on the side of that. Now I'm doing this because, like I said, I ran to Walmart after my last video. I wanted to see if they had cat food. All they have is pate and not a whole lot. And Midnight's emergency food, his supply is up here. He's got, I think, 24 cans of food up there. He has treats up there. And you can see our toilet paper, and this is not counting the toilet paper in the bathroom that's already under the counter, the sink in there. And like I said, we have green beans. There's only 2 cans missing out of that, and that's a 12-pack. And here's Midnight's food and treats in here. Here's his fish, here's his chicken, here's his beef. And of course he has some treats. So that up there is basically Midnight's emergency kit. If we can't find food for him, or if the stores don't have it, or he runs out, we have food up there for him. If you have a pet, make sure you have food. If you can, buy some cat food, even if it is that nasty ass pate that he won't touch. Spoiled kitty. Yeah, he won't touch pate to save his life. I mean, he will attack you if you give him pate. So, once again, right here, this is a good start to a budget or a prepper's pantry. This right here, everything here, was $32.12. Now remember, to make these you will have to have butter. To make these you would have to have some type of noodles, whether spaghetti noodles, macaroni noodles, whatever type of noodles you want to put these with, or you could actually put it on top of white rice. So when I talk about getting prepared, see, all this food here is going to be put in containers and put under my bed, which there's absolutely nothing under there right now. There's nothing there. And I wanted you to see, literally see, what you can accomplish for a little bit of money. Now understand, some people are on severe budgets. That's why I tell you, if you're starting to or wanting to prep or get some type of emergency kit put back, start small. 50 cents. 50 cents. If you can afford more, then do it. Right here, sliced carrots, 48 cents. So that's less than 50 cents. Potatoes, 64 cents. Now, of course, you don't want to start with stuff like this, high price items, unless you have a little bit of money put back. The spaghetti sauce was 94 cents per can. But you can use this, like I said, on different things like rice, different types of pasta. You can use this on rice or even on top of pasta. Now the baked beans, I bought these because my girlfriend once in a while likes having baked beans on the side of something. But if we had to, that's protein right there. We could have a thing of baked beans and then something on the side as far as the vegetable goes, and that would be a meal. We have had these before with a can of baked beans, 2 packs of these and a can of these, and that's a meal for 2 of us. Once again, you don't have to start out large Now, this is not a whole lot of food, okay? It is really not. Most of this is vegetables, which is fine. I actually could have not got the peas and carrots over here. I did get these for a reason. If you have a lot of people, all right, say you're feeding 3 people, make 3 bags of these. You open that, you drain it really good, and you mix in your peas and carrots inside your 3 packs. That will feed 3 people for $4. Each one of these was $1, and peas and carrots was, I believe that's 92 cents. So for $4, you can feed 3 people with 3 of those. Of course, you would have to add the butter. Now, I am apologizing. I'm not telling you it's going to cost you $32.12 to make everything here, because you would either have to add rice for these 2, some type of noodles, or you would have to have this separately with like a vegetable for a meal, which you could absolutely do. What I'm telling you is use your best judgment. I'm giving you ideas so you can start prepping on a low cost. And the price of everything is starting to go up. We've all seen it. I mean, I couldn't believe when I saw the price. These right here, I couldn't believe when I saw how much the chili was. I mean, $1.88. I mean, like a week ago, it is like $1.60 or something like that. So, like I said, I make videos to try to help people out. I hope this helps you. I hope this gives you some ideas. But remember, this is not the entire cost. You have to have butter for some of this. Like, you're not going to eat whole potatoes without having butter on it. Some people put butter in their corn. You know, that's up to you. These need butter. So that's an extra cost. And you would need some type of rice. Not the flavored rice. I'm sure you could use this rice if you had to, and then, you know, put some pasta sauce on it if you had to. But I prefer white rice, which is an extra cost, or spaghetti noodles or some type of noodles for the pasta sauce. And for the chili, you could do the same thing with the chili. Make some rice, you know, make some pasta, make your chili up and pour the chili over the pasta or rice. You could have baked beans with something on the side for a meal. Or you could have one of these, 1 or 2 of these, depends on how many people you are. And then a can of baked beans on the side for a meal. That'll give you protein and a lot of other stuff. Like I said, this is a simple prepping thing to do. I am not telling you everything here, plus everything you need to make this is $32.12, because you have to have butter or oil. You can substitute butter for oil in this, just a little bit of oil, and it'll work. But you have to have some type of noodles or rice or something for this. You can do the same thing for this. So figure, add another $5 for your butter. If you, depends on how big a container you get. And for spaghetti noodles or some type of dry noodles, macaroni noodles, whatever you want to get, this on the cheap side, I'm adding another $5 right off the top of this to make it $37.12. For less than $40, all this. And if you are struggling, if you can't afford it, absolutely, find the cheapest thing you can. Even if it's no salt, you can always buy salt, or if you want to add salt, 50 cents. 50 cents. 48 cents. All right, I'm fixing to go. I just wanted to give you some idea. Now, normally I don't shop like this. I normally just pick up one or two cans, but they have seriously been out of corn, every type of corn imaginable at my Walmarts, and they apparently just unloaded the truck when I got there. So I grabbed as many as I could without, taking everything. The peas have been pretty much null and void. They've been pretty much gone. So I grabbed some of them. The carrots, whole potatoes. It's hard for us to find these whole potatoes sometimes, so I grabbed some of them. This is a good starter kit. Right here. If you have butter or butter sauce, some type of butter flavor, you can make these. If you have a little bit of oil instead, you can make these. They're not as good with oil, but it'll work in a pinch. Alright, this is my small Walmart haul. It's not really small, as you can see. I mean, this is enough food right here to last 2 people, I don't know, a week maybe, if you carefully mix and match what you're doing. Now, of course, we already have, like I said, we have spaghetti noodles and we have some Ebro macaroni noodles, so, right there. We have rice, so we can put that over rice. We can have that alongside of something else. And we have the rice over here. This is how you start prepping. You start with food and water. You start with things that are going to stay good for a while. Right? The spaghetti sauce. January 12th, 2023. This is 2021. I have 2 years, according to this, to open these cans. These cans will stay good much longer than that. This is 2024. This is 2021. 2022, of course, we already know that these are going to last a lot longer. On the potatoes, 2024 it looks like. $20.23 on the baked beans. Now, these really, come on, I mean, if these things even have an expiration date, best if used by 2022 of November 8, 2022. But we know this is going to last quite a while. It is sealed up. Corn, best if used by April 11th, 2024. Wow, these right on top. Best is used by December 28, 2024 for the peas. So we're looking at 3 years on pretty much everything here. Even the spaghetti sauce should last 3 years as long as the can doesn't get a hole in it or gets rusted. 2024 on the peas and carrots. This is how you make a haul. This is how you go shopping to prep. You find things that last at least a couple of years, especially for emergencies. You get a few things, you put it back, and then right here, 30 bucks worth. I'm going to say $37 because you will have to add noodles, rice, or something else to make a couple of these into meals. Of course, you can eat the chili by itself and then have something on the side. And once again, if you had to, you can mix the spaghetti sauce with this chicken. This chicken flavored rice is not very strong, and I'm pretty sure that spaghetti sauce would just overpower that chicken. Now, on the broccoli cheddar rice, there, perfect meal. And like I said, they only had one of these. I would have got more than one, but they only had one. And we do have some here, and I did not want to run to another Walmart and look and see if I could find any. But start prepping, start preparing. I've seen the prices on some of this stuff go up. And this is 8/28/2021. Right now these are 50 cents. Right now these are 50 cents. Right now these are 48 cents. But remember, people aren't working in the fields. People aren't working for deliveries. The price of food is going to go up. The price of chili has gone up. These used to I believe these were around 78 cents, and I just paid 94 cents per can. The baked beans, I'm pretty sure, have gone up. Yeah, they're like $1.58 now, and these little ones used to be like $1.30. So the prices of stuff is going up. Anyway, I did not want to make another video today, but I wanted to show you what I got from my local Walmart. They had just got trucks unloaded, and they still have empty shelves in some places. Their cat food is still gone. If you can get a hold of cat food, please donate it to a food bank. If you have money, literally, dude, look, if y'all have money out there and you can afford to buy some of this stuff and you don't need it, donate it to a food bank. People are hurting right now, a lot of people. But if you want to prepare and prep, you need to start. All this food right here, every bit of this, $32.12. And like I said, you will need butter or some type of butter substitute. You will need either rice or some type of noodles for the chili and for the pasta sauce, the spaghetti sauce. But add another $5. I'm really rounding up here. I really am. You can buy dry pasta for still around $1.40, I think, $1.50. You can buy stick butter for around $1 in some places until it starts going up. So that's $2. If you can find those two items for $1 each, get enough pasta to where you can have it with the chili and with the spaghetti sauce. Figure $3. And if you get one thing of stick butter that's $1, you know, that's $4 right there. That's why I added 5 to make it $37.12. If you add $5 to this, start. Please, whatever you do. If you are in a hurricane alley, tornado alley, if you think a natural disaster is going to happen, or if you think that trucks, we all know trucks are pretty much not rolling right now. Food prices are going to go up. Farmers can't keep help, which means, guess what? It can't get to your store if they can't package it. Some of these states have already cut farmers' water off because of the drought, so their fields are dead. That's our food. Because so many people in these big cities, especially like California, waste water, so much water, that rivers are running low. And farmers can't, literally can't use the water to grow our food. Think about that. They'd rather get some yuppie asswipe take a 40-minute shower than make sure we have food. See, here in Missoula, Montana, it pisses me off all the time. We are in a drought like everywhere else. We have had not a lot of rain. When we get rain, it rains for like every day for like 3-4 days. But we're still in a drought situation. And all these fucking parks here have sprinklers that pop up first thing in the morning and water the entire park. We have numerous parks here. And even if it's raining, those damn sprinklers come on and waste water. So we have, think about it, drought, we have truck drivers not driving, we have workers not working, some factories can't keep enough people to work to even run the factories that process and make our food and can it? If you can, start now. Now, I know this is a long video. I made a long video earlier about, this up here. And I apologize if you could not see the water jugs up there. Let me jump up here real quick. Maybe I have my pillow. I sit in this chair all day long and it hurts my butt. All right, there's one water container back there. There are two here going that way against that wall. This one is just on the other side of that one over there in the corner that's coming this way. So you can see up there in the plastic bag is the big DC-to-AC inverter. Underneath it is the 1500 watt in that box, and next to that box is the 1100 watt. So yeah, anyway, if you need more space, build something like this. If you have to, build it over your bed. Store water. I don't care if you have to buy 5-gallon buckets. If you do, make sure they're food safe or food grade, so you don't end up making yourself sick or messing with your drinking water. If you haven't started prepping or preparing, you need to start before food prices really go up or before they stop getting food in altogether. A lot of stores have a lot of empty shelves. And anyway, that's all I can tell you. But when I say pick up a can, if you can find something like this, that's 50 cents. 50 cents. 48 cents. This is, even at this price, I believe it's 68 cents. Start your emergency kit. Start your backup food supply. Even if you have to get a few of these. Alright, I'm fixing to go. I got to put all this stuff under the bed. I got to put it in totes and put it under my bed. And like I said, I hope everybody's okay out there. I hope everybody can find food. If you can find food like this, grab as much as you can while you can. $32.12 for all of this. Now, it doesn't look like much, but when you're hungry, this will actually last you quite a while. Remember, you have to either have rice or some type of noodles for the pasta sauce and the chili with no beans. You can actually get more of these, but you would have to have butter or some type of oil to replace the butter with, because they are kind of nasty without butter. I've actually forgot the butter in them before, and my girlfriend could definitely tell the difference. You don't have to get what I got. You don't have to do what I do, but just think about you and your family. Think about yourself. If you could get hit with terrible storms, hurricanes, tornadoes, always have some food put back in cans. Now, you can get canned meat. I'm not telling you not to. I would rather you did, or I'd rather you be able to, but it's so much more expensive than getting beans, some type of rice, and some vegetables that you can start with or have backed up. Alright, I'm fixing to go. Like I said, this is not a super haul, but for $32.12, I mean, this would feed you for quite a while. You and somebody else, actually. But once again, I'm not saying it will cost you $32.12. Even if you find everything at the price I paid, you will have to have butter for those, and probably the potatoes, because potatoes by themselves are kind of So you would need butter and some type of rice, like white rice or noodles. for the chili and the pasta sauce. That's an extra expense. I figure $5 extra, so $37.12 if I added $5 to this for those two items, for the butter and either the rice or the pasta. That's still quite a bit of food for $37 that you can put back. Alright, I'm fixing to go. This has been going for 40 minutes. I apologize for the length of this one. I apologize for any shaking. I am trying to hold this little camera, and it's not easy. But once again, if you need to build something to store food, store supplies, you saw those big jugs of water up there. They are full and very, very heavy. And it's having no problem holding that up. You can store food up there if you had to. You can store food under your bed. Preferably store your food in a cool, dry place if possible. That's why it's going under my bed, because no sunlight, and it's cooler on the floor than it is closer to the ceiling. Alright, I'm fixing to go. And everyone, I hope you're paying attention. I hope you see that for a little bit of money, you can start getting ready. Now, you could half of everything I have here, right? And if you did that, it'd be $17 for half of this. Anyway, I'm fixing to go. I appreciate you watching. And remember, if you haven't started preparing, try your best, even if it's buying one can at a time, to start getting ready for something. Please, try your best to at least get that one extra can and put it back for when you really need it. Or one extra pouch or something. You could even go with instant mashed potatoes if you wanted to, in a pouch. But you would definitely need milk for that. Alright, I'm fixing to go. That's it on this haul. And I'm going to get this under the bed. And everyone have a good day. And stay safe. Bye.